Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the land of the rising sun. We are in Japan. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 qualifiers. It's Group B, and it's Japan taking on Chinese Taipei. Well, these fans know how important this game is. Both the host, Japan, and the fans that have traveled from Chinese Taipei. Each of their teams have fallen in their opening game, so this is they'll be viewing this one as a must-win. Australia playing the Philippines right now in this group. Also in the February window, we'll see Australia take on Chinese Taipei. That'll also be in Melbourne, and then the Philippines in Manila will host Japan. So here are the standings as we speak, although Australia are at last check on top in their game against the Philippines. And I did say good afternoon. Well, I could say good afternoon, I could say good morning, I could say good night, wherever you are watching this, folks. Around the world, this is a World Cup qualifier. These teams attempting to get to the 32-team FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019, and that will be in China. So these are the Asian Qualifiers, and it is the second window, and it's all about hashtag this is my house. It's all about bringing basketball back to the fans, the World Cup qualifiers, having them during the season. We had them in November. Now we're having them in February. The third window will be coming up at the end of June, beginning of July. It's about regularity. It's about giving the fans their favorite team, giving them a chance to watch them all throughout the year. They take a break from their clubs. The players love it. And you can see that the fans here in Yokohama have certainly taken to this idea, the new competition system, bringing the national team home. So Chinese Taipei will be coming out. And just as a reminder, Chinese Taipei lost their two games. Their first one, they crashed to a heavy defeat at home to Australia. Not really a surprise, considering Australia had the majority of their players from the FIBA Asia Cup, which they won so handily last summer in Lebanon. Australia won that one 104-66 over Chinese Taipei. And then Chinese Taipei really did dig in and give a great effort in the Philippines. They traveled to Manila, and they gave Gilas all they wanted and more, but Gilas, the Philippines, as they are known, Gilas ended up winning 90-83. As for Australia and Japan, well, the Philippines first of all came to Japan and won their first game 77-71, and then Japan went to Australia and played in Adelaide and lost that one 82-55. So we have a clash here between two teams that are looking to get their first win. And as three teams will advance to the second round, you know this game is crucial. Crucial for both teams. You see Julio Lamas, Argentinian coach, he wants to make sure he takes victory here with Japan today to put them in fine fettle ahead of their trip to the Philippines. And they will know that if they can get a win today, they will be in a very confident mood, in fact, with the Philippines, and they will be looking to go to get yet another win. So here we are, just under 6 minutes away from the opening tip here in Yokohama. Remember, Japan, what a great country, hosted the FIBA Basketball World Cup back in 2006. So they've had a lot of big-time basketball.
First, the Olympic song of Chinese Taipei.
Now we're going to have a pause for the playing of the national anthems for both countries, starting with Chinese Taipei.
続いて日本国国歌です。Thank you very much for your cooperation. The teams will now exchange gifts.
So the national anthems have been played, and the players meet each other. They've squared off before. They know each other, whether it's been as youth team players or with the senior teams. Harjo Giladri and Ryan Jones and Nicholas Fernandez are the referees for today's game.
First umpire, Ryan Jones from New Zealand. Second umpire, Nicholas Fernandez from Tahiti.
So we'll take a look at the rosters of both of these teams, and no doubt you're going to recognize some of the names. We'll start off with Chinese Taipei, and if you look at number 6 for Chinese Taipei, Cho, he's one to keep an eye out for, as is 50 Quincy Davis, who was actually in the World Cup qualifiers in November, the leading scorer amongst the centers, and not surprisingly, the naturalized pivot in that starting 5. Also Cho, their number 6. Didn't shoot that well in November. He'll be looking to have a better February. For Japan, Julio Lamas, the coach. Well, who do you want to talk about? Ira Brown actually averaged a double-double in points and rebounds in the November qualifiers. And the former Gonzaga man, naturalized player as well, will be in that starting lineup along with Tanaka, Ota, Shinoyama, and Furukawa, who is a veteran and a big-time scorer. Just a minute away here. Just before we start, I'll alert you to the fact that Australia, after a very tough game, it was only a 4-point game late in the third quarter at home to the Philippines. But they were able to get to the free throw line to give themselves a little bit of a cushion and ended up winning 84-68. They sort of pulled away there late and have improved to 3-0. Australia, no surprise. Really playing at home and winning. So Coach Cho here giving some instructions to his players, last-minute instructions before the game. And if they can come out and play as well as they played at the Philippines, they know they'll have a chance, a good chance, to win this game today against Japan. You know, you wonder about the confidence of both of these teams coming in at 0-2. Julio Lamas, so many famous games as the coach of Argentina, and with Japan looking for a new vision, perhaps a new philosophy ahead of what they hope will be an Olympic campaign when they host it in 2020. They brought in Julio Lamas, so great tactician, philosopher. You know, it's probably have to say that Argentina is the coaching cradle in South America. I mean, they have some great coaches come out of there. Okay, Garcia, Celio Hernandez, others as well. Here's Lamas. Looks like he's fired up. He wants to go out there and play himself. But expect Davis Quincy Davis to get a lot of touches in this game. I mean, they'd be silly not to get the ball inside to their big man, but he'll be active on the glass as well. So these are not good rebounding teams, and that's something to bear in mind.
Japan versus Chinese Taipei.
Also not great shot blocking teams. Anyway, folks, welcome. Welcome to Yokohama. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifier between Japan and Chinese Taipei. And it's Japan with the ball here at the beginning, and getting inside and drawing the foul was Shinuyama. So putting the pressure on that Chinese Taipei defense, and it was Cho, the man that Chinese Taipei really need to pick up his game scoring-wise, who reaches in and commits the foul. Tanaka has it. Over to Shinuyama, now Brown. That's off to the left. And Quincy Davis, the third, picks up his first rebound. This crowd is into it. This is my house. Put a hashtag in front of that. Now the pressure, and forces the turnover. A little bit of jitters here at the beginning for Chin. Tried to make his move before he had the ball. It turns it over. So a good defensive stand that time by Japan. And now an offensive foul has been called on Japan. And on Ira Brown trying to set the pick here. Watch. No, it was off the ball as well. A long way off the ball. Now the dump down low to Davis, and he catches it and just turns and shoots. If he catches the ball that close to the basket, forget it. It's going to be 2 points every time. He's got a soft touch around the hoop. Shinuyama, and the lefty puts it up and in for Japan. Well, I tell you what, of all the regions that have taken to the World Cup qualifiers, you have to say Asia. The fans have been amazing everywhere. Now the jump shot as well from Davis, so he's scoring from all over the place. Now Brown has a go, and it's off the rim. Chin pulls up and knocks in another jump shot. Well, Chinese Taipei looking comfortable. And a long jump shot is too long for Japan. Now the penetration and the kick out, and Yama brings it up the court. Now Brown goes to work, but then tries to whip the ball outside to Ota, and goes over his head. So shaky start for the home side. Remember, both these teams losing their first two games. Each of them took a tough loss to the Philippines, but each was steamrolled by Australia, although Japan gave a good account of themselves down under. And good defense again. Shinuyama reaches in, forces the jump ball. Almost possibly could have called a foul on him there for holding off the Chinese Taipei guard. Joe has it. And again, Chinese Taipei launching the jumper. This time it was Hu. Now the reach and the foul has been called on Hu. Japan have the makings of a good team if they can put it all together. I mean, remembering how they battled in Australia, I mean, it was a decisive scoreline in the end, but they really did give themselves a chance with a great third quarter down there. So now, long jump shot. Ira Brown crashes the boards, knocks it out of bounds. So Furukawa misses. And Julio Lamas will be hoping that right now his team is just shaking off the cobwebs and that eventually they're going to start knocking in some shots. Now, they don't want to fall behind this Chinese Taipei team. They've been known to spring the big upset over the years. And really, this game you would think would be almost even coming into it. Japan maybe with a slight advantage at home. Now the pass down low to Cho. And good defense. 24-second shot clock violation turns it right back over to the Japanese. Tanaka looks, now pulls up, and hits another dunk shot. Look at Lamas, he is fired up. And he's going to make his first substitution. Su thought about going baseline, gets it back outside to Hu. Hu puts it on the deck, goes inside, forces one up. Ira Brown collects the rebound. Ira Brown thought about taking it all the way, passes it back outside. Long jump shot, and the attempt from Tanaka this time was short. And great defense from Tanaka, but I think they may have called the foul. They have indeed. They must have called the foul because of his right hand on the body, because he got all ball on the swipe. So Furukawa is going to check out, and Makoto Hiyajima, Mr. Offense, checks into the game for Japan. Remember, he was the leading scorer of this team back at the FIBA Asia Cup that was played in China back in 2015. Really made a statement about his game as Japan got to the semifinals that year. And the miss on the second one, and the ball comes to Hijima. And now another foul has been called on Hu. So Hu picks up number 2. Scrapping with Ota. Too much in it there, but the referee's perhaps calling it a little bit tight here at the beginning. Well, another substitution. Takeuchi has come into the game for Japan. So he's going to have his hands full guarding Davis. Keep an eye on that matchup. Now into the corner, and the jump shot from Takeuchi is no good. And again, another jumper. But coming from behind, the push and the foul called on Chin. Takeuchi, after he missed his shot, went inside and was boxing out. And again, not really much more you can do if you're Chinese Taipei in that situation. So low scoring start here. 7-4, Chinese Taipei on top in this FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 Asian Qualifier. Look at this crowd. And inside, and the foul. And that will send Ota to the free throw line. You simply cannot give away that pass if you're Chinese Taipei. They were fortunate to get away with just giving up the free throws. And Ota makes the first one. But misses the second. Cho rather, puts it in. A little bit out of control. Chinese Taipei crashing the boards. Well, they're taking a page out of Japan's book. They're going to have some success driving to the basket. So Ota picks up his first one. And the pressure outside, and the foul called on Shinuyama. Shinuyama, you have to applaud him. He's really trying to make a nuisance of himself out there on defense. Just get the feeling with Japan, it's more of a confidence thing. If they could just get some shots to fall. But right now it's Chinese Taipei that are stroking it. And Chin now has 6 points. So he's starting well here for the visitors. Takeuchi on the baseline. And Quincy Davis with the rebound. Just 2 of 10 from the floor are Japan so far. And defensively, it's keeping them in the game right now. That and the fact that Chinese Taipei are finding it difficult to score themselves, missing some shots. They crash the boards, they miss. Now Cho again. Decides to go all the way. Oh, he's got a 3-point play opportunity. What a move from Cho. Look at this. Decides to take it. Takes the contact. Hangs in the air a little bit. Ota picks up his second foul. And Chinese Taipei will go to the bench. Feeling confident. Japan team does not look like it's in its rhythm at all. Look at the shooting numbers. That's a horror show for Japan. So the rebounding numbers, Chinese Taipei, and again, neither of these teams rebounded well in the November qualifiers. But you can see here in this Chinese Taipei squad, as they go to the bench, they're looking at it like, well, we've had the great start. We've shortened the game. Let's go get a win. Come on.
2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining on the first period. Chinese Taipei free throw at the line.
So a very nervous start here for Japan at home. And this is when you really need your fans to get behind you here in Yokohama. In this international arena, you want them to really help you raise your game. And Cho does indeed convert So it's their biggest lead of the game now, 13-5. Chinese Taipei on top of Japan. And now another offensive foul. Takeuchi guilty of moving. Oh. Boy, that's hard to see that one as well. Looked like he handed off the ball and just stepping. Maybe a referee saw something I didn't. Davis. Chang for three. Short. But offensive rebound. Good job getting inside to get his miss. Now Davis open for three. And now quick transition to Ira Brown for the dunk. Ira Brown throws it down. And he says there's more where that came from. Well, if he leaks out, that's what you need, Japan, right now. You need something. Do a little bit of cherry picking if you have to. And now an offensive foul called on Chinese Taipei. Look at this. Two-handed rim rocker from the big fella. So that foul for Chinese Taipei was called on Lin. And Su now checks back into the game for Chinese Taipei. And also into the game, Suji for Japan. Dribbling, the follow from Brown, not able to put it in. Boy, that would have brought the house down. And a little bit out of control for Chinese Taipei. Uto draws the charge from Cho, who picks up his second. Here he goes again. They know that's what he wants to do. He wants to go to the basket. And Cho has got to do a better job of recognizing the situation. If it's not there, pull it back out. Oh, Davis, he says, this may not be my house, but this is not going up in my house, or something like that. Not in my house, he says, with the block. Look at this. Well, that had no chance. Uto will be thinking twice before he tries that again. And then coming with a perimeter shot was Suji. Now the dump to Davis, and he's going to be tough to stop. There he goes again. Second time he's caught the ball that close to the basket. And Lamas, alarmed, is asking for another timeout. And now Suji's pass to Brown. Brown's able to get it back, almost turned it over. Brown from deep. Bricks it off the backboard. They're having an almighty struggle right now, Japan, getting any type of flow on offense. Now from the corner, and Chang's miss, but Davis is there for the follow, and he takes it now up to a 10-point lead, their biggest of the game. Chinese Taipei here in the final minute rather of the first quarter. And Chang picks up the foul. Suji did not play in the November qualifiers. They're hoping that he's going to give him a lift. And right now it's Uto at the line. He only averaged 6.1 minutes per game in the November qualifiers, but getting a lot of court time right now as Lamas looks to get a spark. Baba, who played at the FIBA Asia Cup And also November is not in the Japan squad now. Su drives in and misses, and Brown, boy, that was an authoritative rebound. Now Uto. Uto holds it up and perhaps wisely decides, let's try to take the last shot here. Uto into the corner, Takeuchi. And a long jump shot to follow. Just in time, a three-pointer. Unbelievable hustle. And it was Makoto Hiyajima. So that perhaps is a good sign for Japan. They needed something good to happen, and something fantastic happens right at the end as Hiyajima follows his shot and alertly gets rid of it before the buzzer. So Hiyajima's three-pointer gets it back to a 17-12 deficit for Japan at the end of the first quarter. Boy, this is so here's a look at the first quarter numbers. Very poor, in fact, from three-point range for both teams. Chinese Taipei 60% inside the arc, yet they're only up by 5 points. This was the best move of the game, really. Cho taking it all the way, then absorbing the contact and getting to the line for the three-point play. And this was Ira Brown with one of the highlight reel plays for Japan, leaking out on the break and getting the two-handed jam. Well, folks, you can follow all the action if you go to FIBA.basketball/Basketball World Cup /2019/Asian Qualifiers. And just go to FIBA.basketball and you'll be able to find it. And also, don't forget, FIBA has a free app for you to download and follow every game. So please make sure you download that so you can follow the latest news and scores. And that's Basketball World Cup 2019 app. I was looking at it this morning when Australia was playing, keeping up with that game. And here's the jump shot, and it's good. So consecutive three-pointers for Japan, and just like that, the lead has been trimmed. Or was that a three-pointer? Looks like it might have been a two. But 17-14 now, Japan with the wind in their sails all of a sudden. And that was Brick City coming from Lynn. And inside is Brown. He banks it in. It's a one-point game. Yeah, Tsuji's shot was a three-pointer. So, in fact, Hiyajima's shot at the end of the first quarter was ruled a two. That's what it was. Davis from deep. And just like that, as Uto flies in, he has got a chance to get Japan in front. And they take the lead. Tsuji from deep. And that brings the timeout. Boy, he kept his concentration there. Su was right up on him, wasn't he? And Chinese Taipei called the timeout. Let me revisit the topic that we just discussed. If you want to follow If you want to go to the website to follow all this information, it's easier just to type in worldcup.basketball. And the world then is your oyster for all the news and information of the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Japan with 3 turnovers, Chinese Taipei with 5. That is a statistic that you need to watch in this game, especially as it relates to allowing Japan to turn those turnovers into points. And that is another interesting stat right there, isn't it? 10 points coming from the bench for Japan. None for Chinese Taipei. Look at this crowd, though. I mean, this is a spectacle, folks. This is Yokohama. This is something that this city has been humming about for a long time, and it really speaks volumes about the importance of the World Cup qualifiers and the importance of the national teams, that Japan could have started 0-2 in November, and yet they have a crowd like this. These people love watching their national team play. And this time, Uto, just a little bit too much pressure out on the perimeter. Lamas is like, just don't barge into him. You're in great position. The Chinese Taipei have yet to score in the second quarter. That once was a 10-point lead, and now they're trailing. And Wu now turns it over. Back to that point I was just making about these home crowds. I mean, we're seeing sellouts all over the world. And even in, for example, in Stockholm, in Sweden, where they're going to play Turkey on Friday, that game sold out over a month ago. I mean, the appetite for the national teams, it's incredible. Now, outside, long shot, the three-pointer is good. Another three-pointer from Tsuji. And a man who didn't play back in November is bringing the spark for Japan. Su dances around up top, gets it to Hu, the lefter who puts it up, and the left-hander is fouled by the veteran Takeuchi. So 3 free throws rather coming for Hu, and Takeuchi has got to do a better job. Get a hand in the face, run at him, but by all means, do not make contact, because the way this game is going in general in basketball, whether it's international basketball, clubs all over the world, players are looking to get that foul from deep when they're launching the three-pointer. Huang is checked into the game for Chinese Taipei, who misses the second one. And makes the third, so he makes 2 of 3 and gets it back to a 3-point game. Crucial point of the game here for Chinese Taipei. They need to stop this Japanese team cold in its tracks right now, because they're showing something. There they are, back outside. Takeuchi passes up the 3, steps in, but too hard off the glass. Ball knocked outside, back to Japan. Hiyajima shakes and bakes, puts it up and in on the baseline. Huang now, facing the pressure. Davis, shot clock winding down. Beautiful pass, Davis. What a play, what composure. And Huang gets his first 2 points. Now Brown. Brown gets it back, goes up strong with the left hand. So Ira Brown now with 6 points. And got a couple of rebounds. Probably an area where they need more from him today. Uto picks up the foul.
Team third. Substitution for number 43, India.
Chin has been a menace when he's had the ball in his hands. He's at the line. A lot of basketball in Asia being played today on the opening day of the February FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. And Chen makes the first free throw. Also have Kazakhstan, Iran. How about the big story with Iran? Hamed Haddadi and Samad Nikrabalami coming back to play in this window, so all eyes will be on that one. Second free throw no good, so some misses now for Chinese Taipei. Also have Iraq taking on Qatar. Remember, Iraq beat Iran. That was a major upset back in November. Korea taking on Hong Kong. How about this savory one here? China and New Zealand. Wow. It's coming up later today. Yajima with the pass, great position. And Nagayoshi, who's come into the game, is a very big body. And he was not going to be pushed out of the lane there by who, that's for sure. So another substitution coming in, the other Cho for Chinese Taipei, number 20. Japan with a 4-point lead. Pass inside to Nagayoshi, back outside. And a three-pointer this time from Tsuji, no good, but the offensive rebound. Hiyajima gets it, passes it back outside to Uto. And Japan will have possession with 0.7 seconds remaining. Now, I'm guessing they will have a play designed here. I mean, this is enough to catch it and shoot it, so you don't necessarily have to throw this at the rim, but they might just try to get something inside to Ira Brown. So somebody sets a pick for him. And he gets down low. They're going to launch one, and well, he had a good open look, Tsuji. He's not shy about putting it up, is he? 3-point attempt from Chen. Boy, he is single-handedly keeping his team in the game right now, isn't he? Unbelievable performance from Chen here in the first half. And the drive, and the ball doesn't go in for Hiyajima. Now Cho has it on the break. He gets it over to Huang, and Huang's attempt. Now, Japan, and Brown says, is that for me? He takes it. Tsuji steps to his left, drills the three-pointer. A tale of three-pointers. Chinese Taipei miss one, and Japan go to the other end and drill one. And what a story this man is becoming. Tsuji. Tsuji is smoking. 12 points. So Chinese Taipei talking it over, 5 of 8 inside or at the line. That's costing them a little bit. And look at the three-pointers. The 4 three-pointers. Of the 4 three-pointers that have been made by Japan, all 4 have been made by Tsuji. Well, you've heard of Mount Fuji. There might be a Mount Tsuji after this game if he keeps this up. I mean, he has been unbelievable. 18 points, for Japan this quarter, 8 for Chinese Taipei. The drive and the basket. No good. Ira Brown with the rebound. And Brown drives in and lays it up and in. Now 10, another three, no good. And now the ball back over to Chin, who gets it to Huang. And the foul has been called.
Foul. Japan, number 5, Brown. Second, personal, team score. Substitution, Japan, number 88, Hendricks, Harry Rowe.
Ball passed out. Cho keeps his balance and leans in and scores. That's another tough move for him. He's out 2 of 3 from the floor. Yoshi. This time he is pushed out. Puts up a difficult shot. And good job. It gets it to Suji again. And Suji this time was long and Cho has it. And now the ball back into the hands of the host. And Nagiyoshi hustles down and scores. Uto guarding Chin, trying to keep tabs on him. Huang, meanwhile, or Cho drives in and gets another foul. This one called on Suji. First personal foul called on Suji. And Chinese Taipei at the line where they've had some struggles, and those struggles continue. And he misses both. Attempt from Tanaka is no good. He can't get it going, really. 1 of 5 from the floor now. 10 back to Davis, right at the stripe. And Uto brings it up the floor for Japan in the final 2 minutes of an exciting first half here. And now the ball batted into the hands as Cho takes it all the way. And Lamas decides, let's talk about this final minute and a half. Wouldn't say that break was a thing of beauty, but nevertheless, it was effective. He hustled down and got the 2, avoided the turnover. Let's listen to Coach Lamas.
And I think if we attack the basket, we can make it.
Rebounding. Look at how things have turned around in the second quarter, and ask yourself how much of that has to do with the rebounds. Because remember, Chinese Taipei, when they were on top, were winning that battle. And Japan have become much more active on the glass. And they've actually outscored Chinese Taipei 22-12 in this frame.
One, two, three, go.
Gets it over to Tsuji, who's been probably the story of this first half for Japan. Here he is, shakes and bakes, puts it up. Oh, he missed the layup. Goodness me. He hasn't missed much today, but he missed that one. Su, back in the rejection. Not in my house, and up ahead it goes. And Uto gets blocked by Huang. Great defense from both teams here. Nagayoshi showing it's not just about the size for him inside. He'll step outside. Didn't expect that one. Final 30 seconds of this first half. Chin, he's been wheeling and dealing, but he's out of control. And once again charges into Uto. Yeah, that's a no doubt about it charge. And Uto has just been absolutely terrific. Really getting stuck in there for Japan. Remember, one of these teams will be 0-3 after today's game. That will be a very difficult backs to the wall situation as they try to keep their hopes alive of getting into that next round, the second round. Of course, if the winner of this game goes into that next meeting with the loser with just that one win, then of course the overall score in the two games, you know, that plus minus will come into play, the goal differential. Anyway, a lot of basketball to be played before that. Final seconds ticking off the clock here, and Chinese Taipei alertly committed another foul. I think they would have liked a little bit more time, a couple more seconds to tick off the clock there. Still 4.6, plenty of time for Japan to get a shot off. A good look. Shinuyama's going to inbound it into the lane, gets it back. Oh, and then he tried to shoot it before he had it. And he'll be ticked off with himself. Look at this, beautiful pass. So 2.7 seconds remain. And Cho, who has the ability to do special things, comes back into the game. Brought back in by Coach Cho. Here he is. And he's waiting just a little bit too long to get off the shot. So at halftime, Japan lead at 35-29 over Chinese Taipei. Japan shooting much better in that second quarter. and also out rebounding their opponents. Look at the assists. 11 assists for Japan, 6 for Chinese Taipei. And, well, Chinese Taipei with those 8 turnovers. Some of those leading to fast break baskets for the Japanese. So we are at halftime, and a lot of exciting basketball still to be played. We'll be right back. I'll let you watch the highlights. Join us for the second half.
し日本代表のオフィシャルサプライヤーであるアンダーアーマーでは、ただいま抽選で日本代表選手のサインユニフォームが当たる追加キャンペーンを実施中です。参加のポイントは2つだけ。まずはツイッターで暁ファイブと EUB の2つのハッシュタグとともに選手への応援メッセージを投稿してください。さらにアンダーアーマーバスケットボールのツイッターアカウントをフォローしますと、抽選で選手のサインユニフォームや新品入シャツが当たります。非常に美しく出されているようにどしどし投稿をお願いいたします。詳しくはアンダーアーマーバスケットボールのツイッターアカウントと場内の物販ブースでチェックしてください。みんなで暁ファイブを応援していきましょう。
Well, what a first half we've had, folks, here in Yokohama, Japan. Chinese Taipei going in front by as many as 10 points. But the second quarter was pretty much all Japan. They came back to take the lead. So you can imagine 20 exciting minutes in front of us. At the end of the first quarter, in fact, if you look back, this Chinese Taipei team was riding the hot hand of Chen and also Davis, both of them playing well. But Japan really turned on the style in that second quarter and started rebounding the basketball, started sharing the basketball, and just seemed to find their rhythm. But still a long way to go. And already today in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 Asian Qualifiers, Australia winning 84-68 over Philippines. And leading the way, what a great game Cam Glidden had today. 16 points for Australia offensively, 4 of 6 from three-point range, and they also got a double-double from Mitch Creek, one of their big stars from the FIBA Asia Cup. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 13 points from Big Bad Angus Grant. And also 12 points from their veteran Olympian, in fact, Kevin Lish. How about Mitch McCarron? This is a pure Australian stat line right here. Mitch McCarron, 10 rebounds and a couple of fouls to go with his 1 point. He was just out there digging in and giving everything. And Wagstaff, Jesse Wagstaff coming out, getting some minutes today, 8.5 minutes. He had 4 points, 3 rebounds. The Philippines, on the other hand, 15 points from Fajardo, Junmar Fajardo. Andre Blatch had 8 points and 7 rebounds, but he really struggled with his shot today, 3 of 11 from the floor. Of course, they did not play with Jason Castro. But anyway, back to this game. What do you say about Chinese Taipei's chances? perhaps they can look for Davis just that little bit more. He didn't really force too much in that first half. And Davis still had 8 points and 3 rebounds. He was 4-7 from the floor. And Chin, number 9, who's going to inbound it there, he led Chinese Taipei with 10 points. And that was the bulk of their scoring. They had 18 of their 29 points. Su back in the game, gets it to Davis. Now he's going to get it down low to Chin. And Chin posting up Shinuyama. And Hijima was coming from behind to help out. The foul was called on Shinuyama. So 2 free throws awarded. And they have really struggled at the free throw line today. Let me remind you, folks, if you want to follow all the action, you can download the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 app. I'm looking at it right now on my phone. It is a must-have to follow all the action for the scoring, the scores today, the standings, the news, the interviews. FIBA Basketball World Cup app. 3-point attempt is no good. Ira Brown boxing out, but nobody there. Only Chin. No turnover. Hijima on the break. Lays it up and in. And that is something Chinese Taipei simply cannot do. They cannot turn the ball over to give Japan easy points. Bad play by Su. Now beautiful bounce pass, but read by Hijima, knocks it away. Hijima coming to life. And he passed to Brown. He was going up and then decided to pass. Brown got the look of a man that says, why didn't you shoot it? Inside it goes. Davis back out. Chin for 3. Boy, that was huge. Boy, he came to play today. Unbelievable game. He's got a game-high 14 points. And now the drive by Hijima. He picks up the foul. Or actually is fouled. Chin reaches in and puts him on the line. First one is good. And the second one is good as well. Bounce pass. And Wu drives in, takes the contact, and the foul called on Ota. 3 fouls on Ota. And Wu takes his time and rips the cords that time. This has been an area where they have struggled, though, in this ball game. The free throw line, shooting under 50, but this time nobody crapped the rebound, and Wu ends up getting 3 points that trip down the floor. And Ota looked like he might have traveled. Hijima gets it, and suddenly Japan looked a little bit out of sync. Well, that's almost unforgivable, giving away that one to Wu. blocked by Ira Brown. Gets it back, and his second consecutive layup. So he sticks with it twice. Doesn't take no for an answer, and we've got a 1-point game. Now comes in and knocks it out of Brown, and almost throws it off of Brown and out of bounds. Look at this. He gets blocked by Brown, but he sticks with it. And then he drove in and got the layup. Now, this one, Japan thought maybe they were starting to get the grips for this thing. Chinese Taipei have come right back. Shinoyama, the shot clock winding down, misses. And the drive and the basket from Davis, and Chinese Taipei have reclaimed the lead. Timeout, Japan. Another look, just pass over the defense, and if he catches it, we've said it several times today, down low, he's going to score. Suji with the 12 points. Would be surprised if he's in the game soon. Brown has the 4 rebounds. Uto with the 3 assists and played great D. Ijima has the 2 steals.
Cinco.
14 points for Chin, 7 rebounds for Chin, 4 assists for Su, and Chin has that one too. Chin is going to be a hero for Chinese Taipei if he can lead them to victory today, that's for sure. Called on Chinese Taipei.
Personal, team second. As substitution, Chinese Taipei number 40, Cho.
Cho comes back into the game. Had some good minutes in the first half.
First on is Japan ball.
And the bump, Ota fouled as he got into the lane. Joe picks up the foul right after he comes in. And the drive, and again, no good. And Chinese Taipei now look to extend their lead. And Davis with the offensive rebound. And he's kind of pushed out of bounds. He says, how can that not be a foul? There's definitely a lot of contact down there. Watch this. He has it. Nowhere to go. Well. Ota hands it off. Hijima, top of the key. Japan move back in front. Hijima now with 10 points. In the corner, Cho. The jumper's not falling for him, but the long rebound corralled by Davis. Davis in the lane. I think he maybe stepped. Yep, he took steps. Suji had those 12 points in the first half, 4 3-pointers. He comes back into the game. 12 turnovers now for Chinese Taipei. That and some very suspect free throw shooting has been their biggest enemy today. Now the drive and the miss. And that was Takeuchi who missed it. And now the 3 ball from Cho, no good, but nobody boxed out. Su, he gets the offensive rebound and put back. He will go to the line for a 3-point play. Look at this. Foul Takeuchi. It's not the first time in this quarter where Japan have not grabbed a rebound. Su at the line and misses another one. But they are going to get another free throw. Japan into the game, into the lane too soon. And it hurts them because Su makes the second, or makes it at the second attempt. Takeuchi now goes out of the game, and Nagayoshi comes back in. He played well in that second quarter. Oh, shake and bake, but he travels. Takeuchi. Cho into the corner. Su drives in, left hand. Takeuchi with the rebound. Now Shiniyama. Chinese Taipei proving to be very difficult opponents today for Japan. And Takeuchi turns and scores in the lane. Nagayoshi, I think, is called for the foul down low.
First personal, team score.
Outside goes Davis off the front of the rim. And the miss. Another attempt for Japan. Nagayoshi. And Shiniyama gets in there, gets the offensive rebound, and then he's tangled up. And a foul called on Chinese Taipei.
Foul, Chinese Taipei, number 2. Su. Second personal, team score.
So Su goes out. Wong into the game. Jump shot. Yajima chases it down, doesn't get there in time. So 43 apiece. Cho drives. Diajima with the rebound. Japan might have numbers if they hustle. Takeuchi maybe got away with something there. So a Chinese Taipei player fall in the lane. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Takeuchi and Nagiyoshi tries to knock it away. Chinese Taipei get it back. Davis into the corner. Go! Another three-pointer. This time coming for Chinese Taipei's. Huang makes it 46-43. Shinoyama drifts into the lane. And Japan just completely out of sync. I mean, they rediscovered their touch in the second quarter, but now they've gone back to their first quarter form on offense. And Chinese Taipei stay after it. A 3-point lead and a foul call of Japan. So Huang, that three-pointer, and it's going to bring Uto back into the game for Japan. Ira Brown as well. But before that, Lamas is, oh no, it's Chinese Taipei that have called the timeout. Perhaps doing Japan a favor.
23到23，两个高篮进来，回来再投23，到23小心不要被干3分
17 points this quarter for Chinese Taipei. You can see they're outscoring Japan by 9.
这边踩高，这两个人确定不能跑到他的后面，一定要踩上来，跑到高位来小心，有 pick and roll 的话往下推。好，现在进攻哦，现在好。
Turnovers, assists. Chinese Taipei just one less assist now. We're getting beasted in that department in the first half. Don't forget, folks, you want to keep up with events in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 qualifiers. Just go to worldcup.basketball. And also you can load in the World Cup app. And now at the line looking to stretch the lead. And Cho makes the first one. So long way to go, but I just wonder how nerve-wracking this must be for Lamas and these Japanese fans. And Chinese Taipei showing tremendous resolve here. They were reeling a little bit in that second quarter, but they held it together. And here they are now with a 5-point edge. Tsuji puts up a three. Go! Well, when in doubt, go to Mount Fuji. 15 points for the high-scoring guard. Good thing he showed up to play today. He's not at the FIBA Asia Cup, interestingly. He wasn't in the November qualifiers. He had played at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament back in 2016. Another three-pointer for Huang. He's hit it from both sides now. Tsuji from the right corner. Go! 6 3-pointers. All 18 points coming from deep for Tsuji. Look at that, 6 of 10. What a performance. Now Cho puts up a three. I'm almost surprised they didn't look for Huang because he's been the man of the moment for Chinese Taipei. Now if you're Chinese Taipei, you have got to find Tsuji. Uto. Over to Nagayoshi. He hands it off to Hiyajima. And now you have to wonder why they didn't go back to Tsuji right at the end of the quarter. But that's how it finishes, 51-49. Chinese Taipei leading it with 10 minutes remaining in this battle of 0-2 teams. Well, Chinese Taipei now 13 of 25 inside the arc and 5 of 19 from deep. Those 6 3-pointers for Japan, all coming from Tsuji, helping them overcome that off-day shooting so far from 2-point range. Some of the highlights from that third quarter. And looking at the foul trouble, 3 fouls for Oda, Shinuyama, who's the captain today for Japan, and Takeuchi. That's for Japan, the foul trouble. Uto has 2 fouls. And for Chinese Taipei, 3 fouls for Chin, who is leading them with 14 points. 4 fouls for Hu. And that is it for them. But they're getting some contributions from the likes of Huang and Cho, the young Cho. Japan are going to start things off here with a chance to tie or perhaps reclaim the lead with a 3. And Chin is the man guarding Tsuji. Bounce pass into Nagayoshi. Good defense. That was from Cho, the young Cho playing defense. And now the 3-pointer no good. Long rebound out to Tsuji. Uto drives in again. Good hands from Su. Oh, flirting with a foul there, but nothing called. Now Tsuji open, go! Open sesame once again for Tsuji. 7 3-pointers. They know how to fill it up from deep in Japan, that's for sure. And now the ball from Davis thrown into the corner, but over the head of Huang. And the drive, and Huang is called for the foul on Tsuji. I'm surprised Tsuji even looked for anything inside. He's hitting everything he's putting up from outside. Yeah, he grabbed him at the beginning, then was playing pretty decent defense, but the foul was called. Boy, he has been utterly fantastic today, hasn't he? And it's a great example that in the sport of basketball, people sometimes make the mistake thinking you've got to be, a giant out there. And Tsuji, who is a guard, is having his way. mean, he's been fantastic. He only measures 1.85, 6 feet 1 inches in height. That's not small, but it's not large on the basketball court. Inside or outside he goes, contesting, almost an over and back. Chin gets it though and travels. Chin hasn't scored here in the second half. He hasn't really needed to, but now maybe it's time for him to pick it back up. Yama for Okawa. Ooh. The veteran. Didn't bring his shooting shoes today. 0-3. Now Su. Chin spins. And forces it up, but inside, great offensive rebound, but Cho not able to put it in. Great tenacity. So Tsuji's free throws make it a 3-point game, and now Japan again looking to go up even more, and now a reach and a foul call. Notice the fouls on Su. 3 fouls on him. He's got his hand, that was a push, that's what it was, in his right hand. Nakayoshi, Ira Brown, offensive rebound and putback. So Baba, who didn't make the 12 for this game, standing up and cheering. Bounce pass, Davis to Huang. Beautiful basketball for Chinese Taipei. Cho pushes off on Tsuji and was waiting to see if there was going to be a foul and then maybe a flop. Nothing was called. Huang reaches in and commits the foul. Both of these teams losing their 2 games in November to the Philippines and Australia, so trying to get off the snide here. Nakayoshi, perhaps one pass too many to Ira Brown. And this time, wow, looked like Hu was out of control there, bowled over Brown, but was allowed to continue play and makes the layup. Takes it to a 1-point deficit. Three and a half minutes into the final quarter here in Yokohama. Australia already winning today in this group at home. And three-pointer no good. Now Chinese Taipei with a chance to go back in front in this Group B game. First round action, remember, only the top 3 teams in Group B will go to the second round. And the drive from Cho. And the celebrations for the Chinese Taipei fans. Now the drive, and Nakayoshi denied by Davis twice. 2 blocks on one trip down the court. Not in my house, says Davis, even though this isn't his house. And the ball goes out of bounds. This is Cho the previous time. That's where he likes to do his damage, get into the basket. 7 points for him. So it's Japan ball, a chance to reclaim the lead. Ira Brown. Furukawa, the bounce pass intercepted by Davis, who's making defensive plays now. And who punishes Japan at the other end and takes it to a 3-point lead for Chinese Taipei. Boy, how good was Davis on the last two defensive stops for Chinese Taipei? Let's listen into Coach Lamas.
Defense to the number 10, okay? Defense to the number 10, okay?
Suji with the 23 points, 10 points for Brown, and 10 points for Hiyajima, 4 for Nagayoshi. Suji, remember, has the 7 3-pointers.
Okay? Suji,
OK， 位置，位置，还有我们现在有
14 points for Chen, still leads the way. I'll tell you what you got to look at, admire is the line from Quincy Davis III. Here he is. Look at the bounce pass. He's making the simple plays. Davis today has 10 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and he also has a couple of blocks and a steal. The only thing he hasn't done today is get to the free throw line. Japan's fans trying to give their team a lift here. Suji. Shot clock winding down, and driving, barreling his way inside was Harimoto, who's checked into the game, and Japan come up empty on that possession. 4:50 remaining. Chinese Taipei on the cusp of a huge road win. Into the corner, Hu has it. Oh, what a move from Hu! He goes baseline and lays it up and in. Uto drives in and gets it back for Japan. Three-point game. Davis. Now to Chin. Verted by Harimoto. Oh, it went in and out. But Hu there for the offensive rebound and puts it back up and in. Boy, has he been big on their last 3 possessions. Six consecutive points have been scored by Hu, and Chinese Taipei with 4 minutes remaining lead Japan 63-58. A lot of basketball still to be played here. But Japan clearly right now a little bit on the ropes. Harimoto. Ota. Suji. And one pass, perhaps too many. Nobody there to receive it. That was the move. That was one of the plays of the game right there. From Hu. And Hu is having himself quite a game now. He's on the bench. He's got 15 points and 5 rebounds. Now Davis. And another offensive rebound by Cho. He put back. Boy, they have had some huge performances on the offensive glass in the second quarter, and their lead now back up to 7 points. Hijima. Harimoto, Japan in trouble here in Yokohama. Hijima hands it off to Ota, and he would have had a chance for a three-point play. But as it is, he will go to the line for two with just under 3 minutes remaining. Well, you know they got to be watching this one back in Chinese Taipei. This is a big moment for their national team on the road in Japan. Inching closer to what would be a huge road win. But Ota makes the first. Scored all 2 of his points from the free throw line, or both of his points from the free throw line. He's 2 of 3. And now 3 of 4. Now, it doesn't matter how Japan score now, they need this. But even perhaps more importantly, they need to start boxing out and keeping Chinese Taipei off the offensive glass. So that's where they've been doing some damage. Cho almost knocked away. Ota guarding Davis. Looks to make the pass. Gets it to Chin. Back to Davis. Gets it to Chin again. Back to Davis. And good defense from Japan. Guarding the perimeter. Sixteen turnovers. Hijima drives in, scores with the left hand, back to a three-point game. And then a foul on Uto as Chinese Taipei trying to bring it up the floor. Coming up on the 2-minute mark of this FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian Qualifier between Japan and the dark uniforms and Chinese Taipei in the white. And blue stripes. Cho gets inside and earns his trip to the free throw line. And Ota has to be careful, doesn't want to remonstrate too much. 4 fouls on Ota. He was arguing he had good position. Chinese Taipei, they've had some struggles at the free throw line today. Right now, they're 10 of 17, 58.82%. And Cho misses another one. He had made his first one. But these free throws are awfully difficult to make, especially at this point in the game. So much riding on this contest. He makes the second one. Takes it back up to a 4-point lead now for Chinese Taipei. Ota gives it over to Brown. Back in the game. Ota back to Hijima. Ota misses, crashes the boards, gets it back. And then Chinese Taipei, the quick hands, knock it away. They're happy to take time off the clock. Back to Davis, open jump shot, good! Quincy Davis! 6-point lead. And he has been masterful. He has just let the game come to him today. 12 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. And don't forget, on a couple of consecutive trips down the floor for Japan. He came up and made big defensive plays here in the second half with a couple of blocks and a steal. He's got a plus 23 efficiency rating. Probably your player of the game. Look at that. Japan 7 of 21 from deep, 5 of 20 for Chinese Taipei.
We can give to Suji, give to Aida an attack. If not, reverse
Chinese Taipei, this is where they've really killed Japan in this second half. Out-rebounding. And now they have a decided advantage on the boards, 10. Boy, it's been a close game from start to finish. But Chinese Taipei have put themselves into position to get a huge, huge road win. The question is, can they close the deal? Still time for Japan. Don't go anywhere. 1:20 remaining. And the drive, and the basket is good from Miyajima. Well, it was almost too easy. Now Chin goes to work against Uto. Davis just hit that big jump shot. They don't want to foul. There's only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Chin splits the D, puts up a runner, gets blocked. And I'll tell you what, Japan were doing a lot of reaching there. They might have got away with one. Now Brown drives in, and he is fouled by Cho. 2 free throws coming for Ira Brown, who's got 10 points and 7 rebounds. And that was the time before. In fact, it wasn't quite as easy. Hijima did a good job of getting to the basket. So Ira Brown, wow. What a close contest this turned out to be. Oh. And if you're a Japanese fan, that miss is brutal. And he misses both. And that is tough to take for Japan and for Brown. Goodness me. Chin almost turns it over. Davis. And again, Chinese Taipei more than willing to take time off the clock. Chin's going to launch one. He's going to have to. He gets it blocked. Did he get it off in time? Well, they're not going to score. But they're going to look at a replay here. Because if they do, and Chinese Taipei get it back, let's see a replay of that. Oh boy, those are tough misses for Ira Brown there. And they're going to look at the replay monitor to see if who got the rebound and then his shot went off of the rim in time to reset the shot clock for Chinese Taipei. Here it is again. This is the shot clock winding down. And he will not. No, it did not get rid of it in time. That was close. So that'll be Japan ball. Well, that would have been a disaster for Japan. I mean, they're already up against it, trailing by 4 with 19.2 seconds remaining. But you have to say, if Chinese Taipei can play a little D here, but even more importantly, make free throws, this is their game to win.
And come to take the shot.
47 points coming from the bench today for Japan.
Suji can receive. But you and attack the basket. Okay?
3分，如果他投的话，给他投没关系，就不要去犯规，不要去犯规，
他们可能会硬罚，所以你只能选一边让他切入，其他人不要协防，交换掉不要协防，宁愿放2分也不要被 N1，知道吗？我们还有罚球的机会，他们一定会先包夹再犯规。
So 19, just over 19 seconds remaining. And if you're Ira Brown, you got to put those missed free throws behind you. Play hard over this last 19 seconds. As Japan try to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. This is 20.9 seconds remaining is what they say. Tsuji gets space, puts up a three. Ira Brown there for the follow. He puts it up and in. Boy, that was a break. Boy, talk about Lady Luck smiling on you. It was such a bad shot that it went right into the hands of Brown. And I don't know if Japan were appealing for a foul, but here they're going to clearly go for the steal. And if you're Chinese Taipei, you have got to be able to avoid turning this ball over. If they don't get the quick steal, they might just try to harass them up the court and get the steal, and then get the foul. If they're just not able to get the steal. But I think Japan might think they can force the steal here. But don't expect them to come out and immediately foul.
You have to get the ball here.
Difference.
23 points for Tsuji. He missed that three-pointer, but Brown fortunately was there to get one of those 8 rebounds and then put it up and in.
Okay. And press a lot. 1, 2, 3. Go.
And remember, as you follow all the information, follow this action today. Go to worldcup.basketball, the website, worldcup.basketball, and you can get all the information, or you can load the World Cup app and see who's winning, who's losing, who's talking, what they're saying. 68 apiece, 16.6 seconds remaining. Chinese Taipei, they advance the ball after the timeout, and in fact they do foul. And Japan are wondering if that much time should have gone off the clock. And the problem that Japan have, as you can see, they haven't committed enough fouls. They've got to commit another one before they put them on the line. Shinoyama is checking into the game. Remember, anything can happen. They want to see how much time should have elapsed. Anything can happen late in the game. We saw it in the World Cup qualifiers back in November, all over the world, especially in Leicester, England, where Great Britain forced overtime with an incredible comeback, only for Greece to win with a late three-pointer. There's some crazy things happening in Asia, in the Americas. And Japan are hoping something crazy happens here, something positively crazy that helps them beat a Chinese Taipei team that has just been the better side in the second half. As simple as that. And the pass inside to get it to Davis. And where Ota is able to get the foul, so that's foul number 4.
Foul number 8 holdup. His fifth personal. Team score. Player number 8 is fouled out. As substitution, Japan number 3, Tsuji.
So one more foul will put Chinese Taipei on the line to see if Japan can perhaps force a turnover. Well, they were going for the steal, but Chen held on. And Chen, who was absolutely electric in the first half when he scored 14 points, will now try to score his first points of the second half at the free throw line. And remember, Chen at the line today is not a sure thing. He's 3 of 6. So nervous finish here for Chinese Taipei. If he makes 1 of 2, then Japan perhaps have a chance to tie it with a 3. Chen bends his knees and shows he's got ice running through his veins. He says when it comes time to make some free throws and the game is on the line, just give me the rock. Again, takes his time, and this time misses. And Ira Brown is able to get it. And there's all types of contact out there. And a foul has been called. And Chinese Taipei came ever so close to getting that ball back. Ira Brown almost turned it over. The hustle from Shinuyama gets it back. And then Cho, I think, dived in there. Or no, it was Chen is who they called the foul on. So Chen, who made the first free throw, but missed the second, has left the door open here. 69-66. The first free throw, folks, is crucial here. Shinuyama, if you're going to miss one, miss the second. I think Japan want to make both, clearly. And he misses the first. Misses the second as well. And they're going to give him one more, saying Chinese Taipei came in too quickly from the perimeter. It's a cruel game sometimes. Shinuyama's missed a couple here. See if he can knock it in finally. No, he doesn't. He misses again, and that might have been on purpose. And Chinese Taipei rebounded with a 3-point lead, and they're fouled. And you have to wonder now, have Japan's chances gone? Now, what can happen? Don't forget, you know, this may not be the deciding game for both of these teams, because if Chinese Taipei are able to close the deal here, well, they haven't yet. Wang misses the first one with 6.5 seconds remaining. This is the big one here. If they can make this one, if you're Chinese Taipei, you have to like your chances. And they will be getting in there and crashing the boards. But if he misses, Japan will try to run down and get a three-pointer. He makes it. Ira Brown, long pass. And Tsuji puts up a three. He hits it with 1.9 seconds remaining. It had to be Tsuji. 8 3-pointers on the day. Gets it back to a 1-point game. They've still got life. Just under 2 seconds remaining, it appears. And boy, that was a pressure three. He had hands in his face from the front, and he had a defensive player coming from behind. So Chinese Taipei call the timeout, so they will advance the ball again. But you never know, folks. You just never know what might happen. Don't go away. All 8 of those 3-pointers for Japan have been made by Tsuji. And that just goes to show you how important that previous free throw was to take it to a 2-possession game. To assist the turnover rates for both teams. So Huang was able to make that one free throw to make it a 4-point game. And then Tsuji, well, maybe there's a twist in the tail here for Japan. Okay, so now the ruling is 2.5 seconds remain. They've got to get a quick foul if they don't get the steal. They've got to foul him. They've got to foul. They don't foul. Well, we'll have to find out what happened there at the end with Japan, but Chinese Taipei have dug in and scraped the 70-69 win at Japan. They improved to 1-2, and Japan fall to 0-3 in the World Cup qualifiers. Well, you can't help but think, if you look at this Chinese Taipei team here, if they now will advance to the second round, I mean, there's a lot of work still to be done, games still to be played. Japan are going to have to pull out all stops to try to get a win at the Philippines now, which they would have done anyway, of course. But a huge crowd here in Yokohama, and they will leave disappointed as Japan fall by 1 point. Well, Chinese Taipei missed a lot of free throws, but they made one there at the end to go to 13. That was just enough. The rebounding there, Chinese Taipei, I mean, that was really the difference in that second half. They got a lot of second and third chances, and that really killed Japan. That decided rebounding advantage. Chin with 15 points. Davis, look at that, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. He had the 2 blocks. He also had a steal, as did Chin. Davis was utterly I won't say he was phenomenal, because you almost expect him to do that. What he was able to do today. But you can see he had the 12 points. Tsuji must be thinking, I've made 8 3-pointers tonight and we haven't won the game. What have I got to do to help us? And back to the drawing board for Japan. Chinese Taipei, however, now 1-2 and firmly in the hunt for a spot in the second round. Australia are at the top of Group B, and Philippines, who lost at Australia today, are second at 2-1. Japan will now travel to the Philippines, and Chinese Taipei will hit the road and play in Melbourne against Australia. And here's some of the highlights. And while we watch these highlights, it's worth bearing in mind that second meeting between these teams potentially could be the decider. And as it is right now, if these two teams were not to win their next game, and then they were to lose the first game in the third window, and they were going up against each other, Chinese Taipei would go into that game, yes, with a win, but they would not, you know, a win for Japan of 2 points or more would put them in third place. So you can see there's still a lot of basketball still to be played, and a lot of crunch games still to be played. But this doesn't help Japan at all, that's for sure. And Chinese Taipei are celebrating after a huge win. They'll be thinking now anything is possible. And the bottom line is, in the second half, they were definitely the better team. And the starters for Japan just weren't at their best today. Ira Brown did end up finishing with 12 points, 8 rebounds, but he missed those 2 crucial free throws in the final minute. Furukawa just really did nothing today. No points, no rebounds, no assists. 0 of 4, played just under 10 minutes. Harimoto, well, Ota had 3 points. And incredibly, Ota had no rebounds. Shunuyama ended up with the 2 points, 3 rebounds, but he missed those 2 free throws late. And also Tanaka started. He was 1 of 6. So I'm guessing that Coach Lamas is thinking, maybe I didn't get the starting lineup right today. I mean, his guys came off the bench and played well, and they put Japan in front. They went in front by as many as 7 points, but Chinese Taipei really hung tight in the second half. I mean, they just came out and beasted them, and they just got terrific contributions. Davis was just solid right across the board. That was a huge shot for him. Hu came out and was phenomenal in the fourth quarter. Huang hit some big three-pointers. And it's disappointment for Japan. Of all the opponents that they would face in this group, they would have thought they had their best chance of beating Chinese Taipei, and they've lost by 1 point. Final scores: Chinese Taipei win it 70-69 at Japan in Group B of the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 Asian Qualifiers. More action coming your way, folks.